Hello, everyone, and welcome to the Bulldog Show. I'm Darrell Allen, along with Thomasville High School head football coach Jonathan DeLay, and Coach Dawes coming off a good win Friday night, 28-7 over Tift County. We kind of talked about last week. We wanted to end the non-region portion of our schedule on a positive note, and I think we did.
Yeah, we did. It was a great win. We started fast for the first time all season. We scored on the first two drives, got up 28-7 at the half. Missed some opportunities in the second half, and going into an open week this week, it's the ability for us to take what we did well and continue to do that, and then fix the stuff that we didn't do so well.
All right, Coach, a lot of guys we could talk about off of Friday night. Cam Hill, 10 of 16, 177 yards, 2 touchdowns, obviously Cam's best performance.
Yeah, Cam played well. He was seeing it good Friday night. He felt comfortable back there. He was ripping the ball all over the place. And, there's just a few things to fix footwork-wise, but as far as seeing and his vision, he did a great job the other night.
Coach Jay Randall and Levante Cole each with a touchdown rushing. Cole with his first of his career.
Yeah, Cole, Levante, he's another ninth grader for us. Had his first touchdown of the year. Jay pops one on our cat. I don't even think he got touched. I could have gotten a couple yards through that hole. Our offensive line did a great job. And then E.J. Bean came in and ran well, too. He had some good runs. So all three of them, I told them, Wednesday night, I said, listen, I want a fresh back in there. So when you're tired, get somebody else in for you. I'm not going to put you in. Just go. And they did a good job of that. All
right, Coach, 6 different receivers caught the ball Friday night, and that's always good when you spread the ball around. DJ Thurman, big play DJ Thurman, with 4 catches for 116 yards, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, DJ, he's a Thomasville football player. That's what he is. He's playing offense, defense, played a ton of snaps, both sides of the ball, and special teams. 2 touchdowns. He's had 5 touchdowns in the last 3 games. He's just making plays. Then you look at some of the other guys. Messiah Wilson had a catch the other night. He plays a little quarterback for us too, just, doing what needs to be done to go and win the football game.
All right, Coach, over on the defensive side, same story. A lot of guys who played well. Grimsley with 12 tackles. He's a guy who's earning some playing time this year.
Yeah, Evan was out this week, so Deltriaz has played corner, safety, and this week with Evan out, he stepped in and played linebacker. He was our defensive player of the week, had 12 tackles. The thing about Deltriaz this past week especially is not only did he play well on defense, but during practice, when it was offensive time, he was right over there giving us a look on the scout team, trying to give us the best look we could get. So very appreciative of that, but you just see how his hard work pays off on Friday night.
All right, Coach. A.J. Bogan with a pick. A.J.'s come so close this year with a lot of balls, and that was really a great catch.
Yeah, the catch he made on that one was awesome. He goes down there, makes a pick. He almost had a pick 6 early in the third quarter too. Jay Austin, he played well. A couple batted balls. We had some young kids play on the defense. Cade Walker, you saw him in there, 83 at corner. He came in, he broke up a pass. He actually took a pick away from Beck because he made a good play breaking up the pass. Beck was coming underneath it. Again, played well in defense, shut them out in the second half. They really had one drive where they got stuff going. It was because they converted 3 third downs, and that's one of our focuses actually today at practice. We're going to hit third downs in practice and make sure that those are a point of emphasis.
All right, Coach. J.J. Jackson. J.J.'s a senior defensive lineman. Haven't talked a lot about him, but he's a guy who's contributed all year.
So J.J., he started the year playing on the offensive line. After the Central game, we had some guys that were playing O-line and D-line. We said, all right, listen, these guys that are playing both lines, they're not really helping us on either side because it's August, it's September in South Georgia, it's super hot. So we said, all right, we're going to take 5 and make them offensive linemen, and then we're going to take these others and make them D linemen. And JJ was one of those swing guys, but we felt like his athleticism helped us better on the D line, and he's just bought into that role, and he had a great night. He's really had 2 great weeks. He created a lot of havoc against Bainbridge as well.
All right, Coach, don't want to leave out the special teams. Daniel Belvin with 3 touchbacks, giving him 6 for the year. Andrew Bennett, 35 yards a kick, 2 inside the 20. We need those guys to come up big.
Oh, yeah. Both of them, both Belvin and Bennett, they did a great job kicking for us. And they work so hard at their craft. They're always out early. They'll sometimes be there on the weekends when nobody else is there working. So it's just great to see that paying off. And they're both weapons. The touchbacks, Belvin kicked the first one 5 yards deep in the end zone. And then another specialist, you talk about Beck Nicholson. He had 3 returns for 30 yards, 2 fair catches. That 30 yards, that's 3 first downs as the offense we don't have to get. And then the fair catches, no matter, you don't know how many yards that's saving right there. So that's huge.
All right, Coach, let's jump into the highlights. Great weather.
Oh, finally.
Yeah, finally. That's
Finally,
right.
it took to game 5 to get the good weather. First play of the game, we tried to run some hitches. Cam does a good job here scrambling out, getting us a first down on first play of the game. Turns something that could have been negative into a positive. And then it's just get the ball. We were trying to get the ball on the perimeter early to get them running side to side and then hit them inside with some stuff and then take our shots. Right here, it's a big third down conversion to DJ Thurman. We hit him on the sail. We ran the defenders off with Cole Shaw, and DJ makes a great play. We get down inside the 5. Here we go again. First down, we down to the 1. Second down, we go backwards. Third down, we get in the wishbone here in our little stud package. Finally ran it for the first time all year, and we score. That was Levante Cole with his first touchdown. Got some big bodies in there, just moving some folks. E.J. Bean with a great block right there on the edge. To get Levante into the end zone.
And maybe our first time under center this year, Coach. I can't remember.
Yeah, it's one of the first few times we've been under center, and that's our short yardage pack. So we've been working it, and finally we were able to run it. There you saw Belvin's kick in the end zone right there. They come out, throw a screen, first play of the game. We corral it over there. They were grasping for some offense. They started out the year as an option team, and they've gone more to this sniffer, shotgun spread type stuff. First punt of the game, back with a catch. And again, he catches that ball, gets us almost up to the 50. So, again, we're in a short field. Third down again, third play of the series, and we hit DJ on the sail route again. Again, you see Cole taking the corner out of it, and then DJ makes some guys miss, and we got a touchdown. So that's huge. First 2 drives have come out. We've started fast. We've scored 14 points. I believe there's like 8 minutes left in the first quarter right there.
And Coach, with Cole playing so well, even though he's not catching balls, he's still a factor.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. DJ's had some success the last 2 weeks because teams are so worried about Cole. And, and eventually what's going to happen is you'll see them both play off each other. They're not going to be able to overload one side versus the other. They'll just have to pick their poison. This play right here, I mean, hats off to them. I think it's a deception play, but, the referees flagged us. So that is what it is. Again, right there, Beck Nicholson, he's got people all around him. He's catching the football. And then here's Andrew Bennett with his first punt. It's so high, makes the guy fair catch it right there, lets your coverage unit get down the field. Getting into the second quarter here, they had a little success there with the quarterback run. Again, though, tackle them, make them snap it again. And I believe this is their drive that they score on. Great play right there by Keyshawn Jordan. It's a good call by Coach Darrell Jones. He sent it in there because he had a feeling what was coming. Right here, we just get sucked inside and they score a touchdown. But again, that came off of some third down conversions. But we come right back with an answer. So we've got the ball again. We go to the freshman, a little outside zone. He does a good job carrying the football. It's a good block on the perimeter right there by Logan Hacka. And again, so we're outside, inside. So this is the very next play. We're trying to go outside, then we're trying to run the ball inside. So it's just trying to make them not sure of where the ball's going. You see E.J. Bean with a great cut right there. Then we try to take a shot to Cole right here. They're pressed up in his face. All right, we get a pass interference. Right here on this play, we see the H go out there to DJ. We come right back to it on the next play, same formation, other way. They give us the same look. Cam throws a great ball. DJ runs a great route to stay away from the defender right there. They've got nobody over the top. Safety comes down. Cam catches it, puts it in a great spot where only his guy can make a play on it. DJ did a good job getting off the line of scrimmage right there. And then again, so they scored, but we make it 21-7 just like that. Again, another great kickoff by Belvin, another touchback. I mean, that's huge because they got to go 80 now. Good coverage down the field. Not technically a sack, but about as close as you can get to one right there. Then a great play. There's Deltrios Grimsley again right there making a play on the football. Make them punt again, make them go 3 and out. Here's Beck again. He catches it. Gets a good return right there. Now we're on the plus side of the field. Cam does a good job right there reading it, pulling it. I wish he'd get his pads down, quit giving his big chest to everybody. And then right here, Jay Randall pretty much untouched. We did a great job up front on this play. Linebackers ran with the with the motion right here. Looks like we got a little spotlight right here on this double team. You can see the kick out block right there by Hakeem Myrick, who played an unreal game. I mean, number 60 Myrick, he was doing some things to their D-line that making us be successful. And right there, we're up 28-7 going into halftime.
Felt pretty good about that one.
Yeah, I mean, and the thing, you go in at halftime, and we talked as a coaching staff, and then I go in there to meet with the quarterbacks, and the first thing Cam says to me, he says, Coach, it's 0-0. So his mindset was, we're going to go and try to score more. Right there, you see Bogan with a great break on the ball. I'd like to see him come away with that one because that one's a pick six if he comes away with it. They got a little scramble here. I wasn't sure what happened here. They got a bad spot. Worked out for Thomasville. Ended up being 4th down. We make a play right there. Again, we had some penalties in the second half that backed us up. Some I don't agree with. They were called, so apparently they were. But again, you see right here, Andrew Bennett with a good punt. We had some guys fall down right here. Then they had some penalties to back them up. We're in position to make the play. They blocked us in the back a couple times. So we're ending up making the play. We get some great pressure. That's right there. That's Caden Walker, number 83, makes a great play on the football. Comes because of the pressure that we get.
Coach, we see the young linebacker Douglas in the ball game.
Yep, Joe Douglas in the football game too. Yeah. I mean, you got a bunch of young kids. There's Kiff Parrish. He's a 10th grader, 47. Right, here's another 10th grader, Jeremiah Humbert. That's a great job by Cam getting that ball out, and then Humbert catching and getting north.
That might be the first time our tight end has caught a ball this year.
I think it is. That was his first catch of the year. There's Levante Cole again, another 9th grader. We've got some youth. They had a great week. Our young kids had a great week of practice. Just watch them. They had a good win on Thursday at Cook. This is a great job by Cam. We're trying to throw the ball to Colin Crocker. They cover it. He just checks it right down to the back. Those are the little things that you don't see in the stat sheet that, especially for a young quarterback, that make me feel good. There's A.J. Bogan with his pick, a great catch over the shoulder. Would love to see him just go right down the same sideline. When you start trying to cross field, that's when you get penalties. But again, a great catch right there. We were in good field position all night in the second half. I think we had it on the plus side of the field. We just shot ourselves in the foot. I had a holding call on a touchdown. Missed a field goal right there. There's Beck again. He's catching it right at the 50, keeping us, right there in the ball game. I will say this, fourth quarter right here, J.J. Jackson, huge sack right there. Got him again in 3rd down, getting pressure on the quarterback. He's got to throw it before he wants to. They punt the football to us. And here we went into what we call our 4-minute offense. So we're trying to run the clock out. Now, it was 3rd and long right here, and Cam throws a great sail ball to Messiah, the same one he had thrown to DJ earlier. Messiah does a great job getting us a 1st down, and then we just run the clock out. There's 5:40 left on the clock. We're able to milk that thing. Our kids did a great job of lining up. Then when the play was called, running it and executing. I mean, because you don't want to give them the ball back right there. Even though it's a 21-point football game, you want to be able to run that clock out. E.J. Bean with a great – and then the offensive line, I love that right there. Just the push, man, pushing the pile. And that's something, we actually practiced that. Monday at practice, we went outside and after it rained a little bit, and we did overtime, and we had one. We pushed a kid from the 10 all the way into the end zone, and it showed itself right there. So.
All right, Coach, good win. And like we talked about earlier, that concludes the non-region portion of our schedule. So now we get the week off and move into the all-important region part of the schedule. Talk about the week off and what you try to accomplish there.
So I put a question on the board yesterday to our kids. I said, what does it mean to be open? Because we talk about open weeks here, not buys, not offs. And DJ Thurman actually raised a hand and said, Coach, it just means we don't have a game this week. That's all it means. And that's it. I mean, we're trying. Our goal this week, number 1 goal this week is to get better. 2 is to build depth. So some of those young kids that you saw play last week and even guys like Deltriaz, who's playing a little bit different position, this is his week to get better at that position. So our goal is to get better, to build depth. I want to see some of those young guys. Because at some point they're going to have to be able to play and help us in this region run, because now they all count. A couple years ago, back in 2020, we had a guy that ended up being a great player for us. He's at TU now. Is Luther Marable. Mm-hmm. He was a JV player his junior year, and then come region and playoff time, he was the player of the game in our round 2 game at Dodge. I mean,
Right.
so that's the type of things you look for in the open week is where can you get better? Who's that guy? Who's that surprise guy that you're going to find? And that's what we're looking to get this week.
All right, so the Dogs off this week now, or not off, because I used the wrong word again, didn't I? Open
That's
this
all
week.
right. Open
Not
this
have a
week.
game
No
this
game
week.
on
Yeah,
Friday.
That's right. No game, but then the following week we'll go to Monroe for a Thursday night game. So that'll be just a tad bit different, but the open week might help us with that.
Yeah, the open week's going to help, and so we normally practice on Sundays. We do a Sunday practice. This week, though, with us being open this week, we can take a Sunday practice and do a normal Monday practice. So we're actually going to get our normal Monday through Friday week, go Sunday, Monday,
Right.
Tuesday, Wednesday, and play the game. Game day is Thursday now.
All right, but just because the Dogs don't have a game this week does not mean we won't be here next week. Next week we will be here, and Coach is going to bring some Bulldog players. We'll get a chance to meet some of those guys and find out a little bit more about them and see what they're like, Coach, when they don't wear the helmet.
That's exactly right.
Kind of get to know how you get to know them.
Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
So that should be fun. So Coach and I will be back with that next week here on the Bulldog Show.